Stole his data. Sorry, I don't know what happened to me there, but my goodness, my goodness, I was waiting for that moment. Stolos. Sorry, but yeah, if you know me, you know that I am about that owl life. But yeah, Helluvaboss finale, I guess. Truth Seekers episode 6 is finally done. So yeah, um, pretty much I saw the episode already, and it was juicy. It was basically everything. It answered so many of what the fans wanted. But yeah, we got so much, and this episode itself, from the way I see it, is basically a story of like just Blitz and Mox's friendship of of how of who they are as not only partners in crime but also just as friends. I can sense that. I can sense that friendship between these two. And this episode kind of really explains that. And I'm going to get into why. Also, we saw Stryker and Valorosa again. And there was a musical number? Or a duo musical number? What? And yeah, the most demonic scene in cartoon history that I witnessed. I basically have to. There's times where I'm just like, oh gosh, I feel weird watching this. Like, really weird. Like, in presence of something evil. Ooh, spicy. But yes, we're about to talk about this, and we're about to talk about Truth Seekers. And this episode itself is basically surrounding the truth bomb that they had to suffer with. But let's get into this synopsis, or just this. My way of actually really showcasing the story of what I've seen from beginning to end. So yeah, two spies from Jersey. They were obviously from Jersey. That accent, I don't know, the most Yorkish Jersey thing I ever heard. You know what I'm saying? Like, I swear, like the accents of these two, I love it. But one thing I do kind of appreciate that they really do strike kind of like that Western feel whenever I do see Hello Boss. With the whole Southern episodes surrounded with Southern accents, and you got Jersey accents and New York accents, or anybody that tries to sound like, Angel Dust, but also just regular, and also with Blitz and Mox, regular California accents. Yeah, there was just different accents of American from what I see, I guess, And we got these two Jersey spies, which I feel like is from, I don't know. I just get that it's either Boston, uh, freaking Philly, or Jersey, or York, of course, Brooklyn. But yeah, these two spies pretty much are spying on the Ips, and of course, then catch them in their alleyway, which is kind of like expected. I'm guessing with these two spies itself, we haven't heard much from them. We haven't heard who they are or what really their purpose much other than catching the imps. But yeah, they seem to catch the imps already. It was that convenient. And also, we see Mox and Blitz having a moment, but also it was when the spies catch them. And they almost escape when when the portal was, released thanks to, Luna, but it was too late. So they had to close it before the spies get in there. And yeah, Blitz and Mox got captured. And seeing how this episode itself, I already got a clue of what it's going to be. Seeing how Blitz care for Mox, especially, trying to help Mox dodge from that net that one of the spies were shooting. And also, they almost went to a portal itself, But after that, like, it seems like Millie had this emotional moment where which is another thing. I think the show Helluva Boss itself tends to really deepen with their emotions, which I don't know. It's either like kind of like a 5 out of 10 for me whenever they're get that kind of emotional itself, but I guess it's understandable seeing how this came out of nowhere. So maybe it explains why Millie was, mostly crying, wanting to get back to actually, get them back, because seeing how a future without Mox, yeah, that's deep. And of course, this episode kind of brings into some deep feels throughout the episodes, because there was some stuff that I didn't expect that was actually very lighthearted that I just didn't realize. pretty much Luna, of course, Luna and Millie goes out there. And I like how Luna was like, you do know why I'm not really cussing or using innuendos and if euphemisms, I think that's the word, that I try to spell out in these notes that I try to take. And it's kind of like that funny action of like, yeah, when a character is not cussing or, making jokes, that means they're kind of obviously serious. But then Millie's like, no, open the portal. I need to save my husband. So yeah, they went on a rescue mission to find who they are. Thankfully, with Luna's sniffing skills to actually just, infiltrate the where the two men are. So Luna in her human form, of course, and then yeah, which is kind of cool. We get to see another scene in Luna in human form. This episode kind of brings back the characters and brings back a couple stuff. One of them, of course, is the human form, and we're gonna get to the others, which is, of course, the characters. Luna and Mox. Luna and pretty much I'm just reading my notes here. As they go rescue Mox and Blitz. Later on, I also just another thing I just want to point out with Luna and Millie. I get this like weird, like almost like, hero and partner in crime, or what is it called, sidekick. Yeah, like pretty much like, for those that are old enough to remember Jack and Dexter, Ratchet and Clank. Yeah, Luna and Millie could actually almost really succeed that in a way because they seem like a good duo together. And of course, a good duo would be like, as well as Mox and Blitz as they wake up tied up in the spies. And also, I noticed the D badge, which later on, it makes sense. But at first, I was like, what are they, demon catchers? Or what's with the D for? Like, I thought it was names that they have, but both of them have like the D badge on their suits. Then they try to talk to them, but of course, then one character got crazy with Mox's coffee orders. I guess that's somewhat of a parody of many people having confusing coffee orders sometimes, which is a thing. Like I have a pumpkin frappuccino mocha latte or whatever, that kind of thing. Huh. And clever how they tie their tails as well, as I noticed, and when I was seeing this scene of them being tied up. And also Blitz makes like fun of like one of the spies' king, which is another thing I pretty much write down. I don't know why I keep writing the word king in this one. There's a bunch that I was writing down in this whole, analysis, I guess. I don't know if I called this analysis, let me be honest. But yeah, classic Blitz and, just driving the spies insane. Then also, yeah, and then we see more of like, I guess a little bit who the spies are. I know one of the spies had their mom pass away or something. Deep. And of course the other spy brought it up. Oh man. During that, then Luna showed up and we see the area that they're in, which is called Dorks or Corporation of Dorks. I don't know. DHORKS. And I guess this is a society that we should probably sort of remember. There were some theories that I heard already saying like, oh, this is surrounding like Churbs. The Churb episode where it's kind of surrounded like that in a way, which I don't know if it's true, but yeah, the girls break in and my God, we also start to see some fine scenes already between of Millie and Luna working together. Luna, I never thought that she was like that good of a killer. Millie, of course, it's no surprise that she's so well trained. But yeah, it seems like Luna as well has some skills. And also that closed gate scene as well with Millie jumping in, that was cool. There was obviously a lot of cool gore scenes in this whole episode. But later on, as the spies got annoyed, they left them, and the spies see them through a black glass from the other room, and then pulls the truth bomb. So this is where I get to my analysis of the dreams that they were having. Well, somewhat of analysis. I'm not that educated analysis academy, but yeah, the truths that pretty much already were spilled as Mox and Blitz were speaking as they were tied up. Mox saying that pretty much the truth of Mox is always worried about Millie. Mox also there's the truth of Mox getting loves to get peg, in the bouteille, which pretty much boom exposed, and then the truth is there, which I don't know why. Maybe that's canon. Like many fans were like, I wonder if Mox like getting peg, uh, which of course Blitz not liking Mox's taste of music, which also is another part of this truth bomb. It's be working its magic. But then it works its real magic as the truth bomb starts to get to them as, each of them receive their own dreams. Dreams that turn into a musical. So pretty much, let's start with Mox. Mox in this animation, pretty much a different lucid dream like itself compared to Blitz. Well, I'll get to Blitz in a minute, but yeah, it's kind of like this, kind of almost imagine animation that was sort of Disney-esque the first time I see it, but it's inside a dream seeing Blitz play an organ, organ piano, and then we see a staircase of candles. Guess it's referencing to the Mass of the Phantom or something like that. Some play Broadway that I totally don't know because I'm not a theater kid. But Blitz is pretty much a different. It has a different voice actor. I noticed Blitz is playing. There's a certain person playing as Blitz compared to the other voice actor that I think I start to notice, and then later on as Mox singing anger to sadness. And it's sort of rapping. There was times where I thought Mox was rapping at some points, and Mox and Blitz singing together as Mox spills the truth of Blitz being alone. And also, we pretty much we'll move this later on, but yeah, that's sort of like Mox's dream, just telling the truth of who Blitz is and exposing it to him, and Blitz agreeing to it. But then we see Blitz's dream, and Blitz has a. This is the dream where it's sort of my favorites compared to Mox. And this dream was also sad itself, but it also brings out the truth of who Blitz is, in a slimy dream, as I call it. And he was as a clown at first, seeing a poor drawing of Mox as Mox is ranting to him. Blitz and his old enemies come back. They first come back as a slime of different colors, but these different colors kind of resembles of who these colors are from and who they are, which is basically the enemies of the recent episodes. We see Stryker, we see Fizzaroli, we see even Valvarosa, pretty much, or Verosica, my bad, Verosica, as we see them as return characters, which is kind of cool. We don't hear their voices. I don't hear V's voice, or I don't hear like the voice actor for Stryker, Norman Reedus, in this one. But yeah, I guess that counts a return. And also climbing up the stairs as, Bliss climbs the stairs to Stolas in chains. And also, it's kind of ironic with this one because later on, of course, as I spoiled it already, that, Blitz loves Stolas. But in this dream, it almost kind of looks as like, Blitz is forced to love Stolas, which is also another thing I noticed itself. And then Princess Moxie comes in, walking up the stairs and disappearing. And of course, in the end of Blitz, Blitz basically is not satisfied with his dream as he is destroyed, covered in feathers, and disappears. But in Mox's dream, is successful. And of course, Mox is happy and with Blitz as they're together. So you start to see this kind of effect almost. It's kind of like a, hell and heaven, even though most of them live in hell. You see how Mox is like in heaven and, Blitz is in hell, suffering. And you kind of see this, resemblance of like their life choices and who they are and what they decide. And of course, this dream itself for Blitz kind of does affect him, but it does actually brings the truth out of, who Blitz is. And of course, speaks to Mox about it. I mean, later on, the girls found the passcode and then made it to the center to save them. But as for Mox and Blitz, as the truth bomb ran out, as they wake up, there was this silent moment. And this moment was basically a true moment of Blitz basically giving a reason why he cares of Mox, which was deep, and it was also a moment of just their friendship. That's what I mean by this episode. It's basically Blitz and Mox's friendship and just all the goodness that brings, and also what makes Imp, a successful, killing spree company, I guess. But then Millie and Luna showed up, and the rest of the corporation tries to defeat them when they activate the button, of course. But yeah, extreme action scenes happen. At first, I thought it was basically each fighter, as they were killing, had their own theme, and pretty much we see like Mox and Blitz almost sharing a weapon in a way, the way I see it, and yeah, they share one, and Blitz starts, pretty much talking to each of them as they were, like Luna, and of course. Millie, as they were I mean, not Millie, Billy, as they were busy killing. But yeah, it was just this moment of like who they are, I guess, or who Blitz is. And then, yeah, this heartwarming moment with the killing spree with, Mox, of course. And that's when the most demonic scene happened, where there was times, I did see it and I was like, oh God, what is happening? And of course, it was no surprise that it was Stolas and he was the Overlord. But there was sort of this little chance that it was going to be Alistair, and I thought like we were gonna see some returning characters from Hazbin Hotel. That could have been cool. That could have been shocking. But also no, of course not. That owl is summoned, and yeah, the demonic scene was ended, and you gotta have to see it for yourself. Like pretty much, it was just like havoc blood, and also it was so realistic. When I saw it, compared to other demonic scenes that I've seen in the past, but this one just happens to be like surreal and deep. I mean, for some people, they're like, yeah, it's no big deal, but to me, it's like it was pretty accurate. I would say that's all I'm gonna say. And then Straight Overlord pretty much comes in and Stolas finds him. How does he find him? I don't know. But also questions of why did the imps got caught in the first place. And then the scene that is one of my favorites. Yep. And I'm just gonna say it. Of course, this is one of my favorites, and I've been waiting for this for a while. I was always kind of curious, like if Blitz is really serious with Stolas, but I guess they are in a way, which is Blitz is, basically, he kissed Stolas. So yeah, that was it. And I don't know. That's what it was. One of the scenes in this one. I guess that they were together. Is Blitz bi? I don't know. Is he? Well, what kind of LGBT flag he's flying for this one? But it seems like they're together with, you know, Stolas. So I guess that's pretty much catch up to what I'm satisfied. And at that point, I was like, yeah, this is a perfect episode. But also there was more, because after that, we start to see the spies got what they wanted, which is actual film and actual evidence of who the imps are. And that was it. And I don't know what's gonna happen with the rest of the series, but who knows? Season 1 was pretty much amazing. I really dig this episode. I like it. Hopefully my review of it was sort of good enough in a way. I know it's not good. Then again, I'm not a review channel. I'm a reading channel, but Other than that, thank you guys for watching. Hope you subscribe, like, comment, all that jazz. Yeah, I really, this was satisfying. I really dig it. And I hope to dig more for some of that good 50 pop goodness that might be coming soon. I don't know. But yeah, I thought we were going to get an end credits of like for Hasbin or more Helluvaboss, but I guess nope. Yeah. But it is what it is. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Hope you subscribe, like, comment, all that jazz. And I'll see you when I see you. A peace.